Welcome back, everyone. It's EvanHusa57 here. We are back on Neverwinter on the Xbox One, and I'm testing out my new capture card and mic setup. So, got a pretty good team here, and we're going to go ahead and try and battle Tiamat and see exactly how quick we can take her down. So, I'm playing around with the capture settings and the audio settings. You guys probably know that by the first video that I did in character creation, and the game audio was just too loud. I did another part of that series and the game audio wasn't quite loud enough. You could barely hear it. So hopefully I'm gonna find the right combination here with this, and just figured that it would be a good way to test it as well as to go ahead and get some pretty good content out, because I've got a really good team here. And we actually should be able to wreck Tiamat pretty easily now. It is mod 8, so the Underdark mod, which means Tiamat is beatable now. She is difficult, especially because most teams don't either know how to do it or they get split up, because when you queue up with a full group of 5, inevitably, usually, it puts one of your teammates, or sometimes I've seen it put 2 teammates in a different instance. Kind of depressing when it does that, but luckily this time I was able to get in the same instance with the rest of my team, and we should be able to do this pretty well. I picked up the green dragon gem, so I just want to make sure that I have that on, and you kind of want to be in proximity to whatever dragon head you have the dragon gem for, due to the fact that, well, it's literally the only thing that can protect you from the dragon's breath. So sadly, not too many people actually donate the dragon horde coffers so that you can have the better ranks unlocked for Tiamat. It's one of the reasons why the Tiamat's orb artifact is so expensive, because you pretty much can't get it. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least. But the main reason why I'm doing this is simply for the Linu's favor, so that I can go ahead and get the last 2 boons in the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. And those are just ridiculously hard to get, because the first one takes 30 of the Linu's favor, and the second one takes 50. So you either have to farm for just literally a crap ton of dragon horde coffers, or you have to buy the dragon horde coffers, or you have to be able to kill Tiamat. And there, back in mod 5, Tiamat was easy to kill, but I was doing so many different things, I wasn't really running Tiamat that much, so I didn't get very many of the Linu's favor back then. And of course, when mod 6 came out, and everything in here got bumped up to, level 72, most people didn't have really good gear, so Tiamat was pretty much unbeatable for quite a while, actually, unless you had like a full team of people from really high level guilds. So now it's actually doable here. We're not doing too bad. Teammates are a little mismatched because our one summoner or one cleric in the center there is taking a little bit longer to actually go ahead and get the spell ready, but not a super big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and come over here to black to be ready. Well, that was weird. It showed my one teammate disconnect and then reconnect, so okay. Interesting there, game. If you can, you want to get a head start over here to the black dragon head. That's where you're pretty much going to start on. Now, if you have the DPS to shred the dragon head completely, you're going to want to go ahead and shred the dragon head completely if you can kill all 5 dragon heads in one go. If your team does not have that kind of DPS, then you're going to actually just leave the dragon head at about 10 to 20%. But we got a really good team here, so it shouldn't be a problem at all to do. Going to get right up to the green dragon head and pop my green dragon gem. The green dragon head the blue dragon head and the white dragon head are the most dangerous ones. So those are the ones that you absolutely have to have people with the dragon head gems for to protect the entire group, or your entire group can be wiped out by a single dragon breath attack. Just something to keep in mind there. If people are on your team and they do go down, try and pick them up, because when you're trying to rip these dragons this quickly, you actually need everybody that you can get. You need all the buff, debuff clerics that you can get. You need your paladins. You need everybody on point in order to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to make it in time. And I'm actually not sure. We might be... Ooh, this is going to be cutting it close. I don't know. We might not have quite the DPS to go ahead and rip this last dragon head, but we're definitely going to try and do it. Alright, so blue's down. Going to use the whole jump and teleport thing to try and save a little bit of time in getting over here to the white dragon head, because we have 16 seconds to rip it down. And I fell off, so I'm going to be absolutely useless right there. You know what they say, you can't DPS when you're dead. But that's okay. I think the rest of our team's going to do it. Maybe... Oh, I don't know. Damn, we were like a second short. Oh, wow. Yeah, literally me falling off the edge there could have made the difference. I don't think it would have. But yeah, just a second short from actually wiping out all 5 dragon heads in one go. Not bad at all. Especially for the only people here that I know really are the guys on my team. Everybody else is just, you know, randoms. So, don't really know them, don't know their positioning and setup and everything. So that really wasn't bad for a pug team, especially for a first attempt. Normally you have to go through the sequence of defend the clerics and then take like 2 or 3 of the dragon heads down to 20%, then defend the clerics again like we're doing now. And you basically have to repeat that process usually 2 to 3 times. And yeah, so not too bad having to only repeat it twice. I don't want to stand in the acid from the black dragon head, but I was protected with my green dragon gem from the poison, so that's not too bad. Go ahead and use any of my buffs and potions. Not sure where... Oh, they're over there in the center. My 2 teammates are dealing with that. I usually always come over here to the Moon Dancer because I always pick up the green dragon gem. It's personal preference. If you work with your team to coordinate whether who has the green dragon gem, who has the black dragon gem, if you've got them all split up like that, you can actually do this pretty easy. As you see, we don't have anyone over here with the black dragon head or dragon gem. So every time we get this acid spit, I actually have to move out of the way because I can't do anything against it and I can't protect myself from it. They're not doing too bad over here in the center, but they're definitely going a little bit slower, so we'll go ahead and go over here to the center to kind of help out with the situation. I don't know how many control wizards we have over here, but control wizards are really nice in this. Any class that can stun or CC is very helpful for this part with the clerics, because as long as the clerics don't get hit, that's what makes their spell charge faster. So you want to keep all the little demons away from the clerics. Now all the spells should be ready, so use whatever teleport, sprint speed. If you're lucky enough to get on your mount, definitely go ahead and get on it, but yeah, I'm aggroed in combat, so there's nothing that I can do. But now we'll definitely be able to kill Tiamat, no questions asked. I mean, each one of these dragon heads is only going to be at 25%, if that, maybe 20%. And sometimes you get a little bit of like a slippery footing and you can't actually get up to the dragon head, which is what happened to me, and I went over the edge. So yeah, it does happen, even to all of us, at least at some point it will happen. Now they're going to take down the second dragon head there, no problem. I don't have any heals, so this is going to be a little interesting to do. I have to rely pretty much off of the clerics and off of lifesteal, which is an almost non-existent thing. Go ahead and rip red. And it can be a little bit hard to see where you're going at some point with all the different people's companions and all the abilities proccing and things like that. So you do want to try and avoid certain abilities, like with the Paladin and Prism. It's just not helpful at this point to use it. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'm not going to risk that jump with all those people in my way, so I'll just cut the corner a little bit there and go ahead and fire from that range. Just use some at-wills. And there goes Tiamat. Not bad. Could have had her on the first try, most definitely. We just needed a little bit more DPS, like 1 second, and we would have had her. So let's see what I get. Linu's Favor, Minor Resonance Stone, nothing that I want from that chest. So gonna go ahead and look to change instance, try and get into instance number 1 there, because that's where the rest of my team looks like they're trying to transfer to. And the reason why you want to do that is if you happen to get lucky and get on one of these teams where you can just decimate Tiamat, then you want to try and get into the same instance but get into a different instance. Like once you kill your Tiamat instance, you want to try and get into another Tiamat instance, and at the very least you'll get the losing reward. But a lot of times, if you can bring your entire team in to the next Tiamat instance, you can actually kill Tiamat twice. And that's kind of what I'm going for right now. One of our team members, I believe, got DC'd, or his Xbox turned off, one of the two. Not entirely sure on that one, so there's only 4 of us here, and instance number 1, let's see what we can get. Basically have 7 minutes, and I don't think wow, okay, yeah, they weren't able to do crap in this instance. They barely got the black dragon head down to half health. So that tells me they're not going to have the DPS to actually rip all the dragon heads at once, which is okay. All we have to do is go ahead and get this dragon head down to about that last little chunk right there, and then we'll move off to the green dragon head, and we're just going to do that. I'm going to pop my green what the hell? Can't English today. Pop my green dragon gem up here to protect us from the poison. Man, that's a tongue twister today. We're definitely not going to be able to take all 5 dragon heads down on this run, but we might still be able to get that second win in. That's what I'm hoping for. If we can take 3 dragon heads down to 20%, maybe take that 4th one down to 20% now, then we actually should be pretty good and be able to take the rest down on the next little bit. So, use my little jump and teleport. Only have 31 seconds. So now 29, 27 seconds. It's going to be cutting it close to see. I don't know. Not entirely sure. I'm hoping that I can get a second win. I'd love to show you guys a double win on Tiamat, but not entirely sure if that's going to happen or not. And I don't think anybody has the red dragon gem here, so that's going to hurt. You should have at least 1 person with each color dragon gem, and you only want to use the corresponding color dragon gem on the right dragon. Otherwise, it gives the dragons a buff, so remember that. Now, back to defending. If we can do this quick enough, we could potentially win, actually. Red is almost at 20%. It's a little bit more. It's about like 35%. And then white and blue are still up. So if we can rip white and blue, and then everybody sticks together, we should be able to finish it off with a win, actually. I'm really hoping on that, but we need to go ahead and get these clerics to charge their spells as fast as possible. Just kind of waiting on that, really. All I'm trying to do is just keep these guys frozen as much as possible. As you can see, the Moon Dancer's already charging up pretty quickly because we got a cleric over here with me. I think I've got a Guardian Fighter, I believe. Yes, Guardian Fighter's over here doing the knockback, so we should be able to keep them from touching this cleric over here. The bad part is the one on the far right is getting hurt pretty badly, so that's going to be the one that takes a while and slows us down in actually being able to get this done. I'm hoping it doesn't slow us down too much, though. Almost there. I'm gonna see about switching. I'm actually gonna move over to right. I'm gonna go ahead and use my daily, leave oppressive force with those demons. Nobody seems to be reviving its viral. Alright, actually somebody did get him. Okay, good. I'm moving over to the right cleric here to try and help out with that because this one is not actually charging. And we need to be on the white dragon head anyways. I'm assuming that's where everybody's going to go. It's where you should go, is straight to white, rip white, blue, red, and basically work your way the opposite path that you normally would. Normally you'd go black to white, but being that we don't have the DPS, we should do go ahead and finish off the two with the most health first. Almost ready. And everybody's kind of spreading out here, so I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go. This is going to be very, very interesting, to say the least. Got a couple people... Alright, well. Looks like we're going to spread out, and we're actually going to attack multiple dragon heads at the same time. It is a method that you can use. It's a little bit risky, though. Kind of personal preference, but it's definitely something that you can try. Send the majority of your team towards the dragon with the highest health, and go ahead and send a couple people to one of the other dragon heads that only has 20% health. It is a method that some people use. I don't know if it's gonna pay off for us or not, because we only have a minute, and I'm thinking we won't be able to win on this one. I just don't think we have the DPS all put together. Yep, and nobody here had the blue dragon gem, so we've got multiple people down. I don't know if I'm going to get a revive. Alright, perfect. Thank you. Go ahead and put up oppressive force. I want to put my shield back on. Yeah, we're gonna fail on this. Oh well, it was a good try, but the second team just did not have the DPS to do it. Oh, no, and of course fell off. That's why I hate doing the jump. You can get killed so easily if you miss. And it's just about a guaranteed miss, so I'm just gonna go out here and go ahead and fight for the last minute to make sure that I get credit for actually doing this second encounter, even if it is only the losing reward. I would rather have some credit than no credit at all. Really wanted to have that double win. I've had a double win against Tiamat a couple of times now, but it's extremely situational. It really depends on how many people are in your group and the different group makeups that you're with. You know, if you have enough sometimes I've been with teams that have enough DPS to do it, but there's no clerics, so you just can't stay alive. Other times I've been with groups where you've got nothing but, clerics, paladins, guardian fighters, and you've got plenty of defense, but you've got no DPS to actually rip the dragon heads down. So it's kind of a very touchy situation, and can go either way. But if you have a good team, you're guaranteed that first win, which was pretty awesome. So guaranteed that first Linu's favor, which I needed desperately for the boons. So I'll go ahead and take it. And then as a losing reward, I got a Bilethorn enchantment shard, and yeah, basically nothing great, but at least I did get something. I did get credit for that. So, pretty good. Not too bad. I'll take that one win, and then I'll take that other shard and sell it. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, make sure you leave a comment. Otherwise, remember, smash the like button. Go ahead and subscribe for more content. And let me know what you think of the audio settings, the game volume compared to chat volume. So hopefully everything worked out good, and I will see you guys all next time.